this is Spidey1958, and welcome to my Let's Play, Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, the release version, Episode 7. We started exploring the market square. We built the bridge across so we can get to the rest of it. We will now wander across that bridge.
Can we retreat already?
Fiendish giant fly, and yeah, we'll let Otto take care of this. Ooh, I need to change my party order, because you do not go in front. You go in front. And we immediately get involved in a big talking. My beloved brother, I admire your zeal, of course, but would you not agree this is hardly the time to be standing guard over a hole that no one will ever emerge from? Or perhaps you're concerned that someone will decide to go for a nighttime stroll and fall accidentally into it. Such foresight is laudable, but do you really need so many soldiers for such a task? Can't your warriors be put to better use, for example, fighting demons or clearing rubble when the people trapped beneath it might still be alive? The face of this golden-curled Asmere is beautiful. Ink. Don't you dare call me brother, heretic. How dare you accuse me of doing nothing to protect the city, especially now that when followers of your temple were caught committing treason. To my mind, you are no different than the demon worshippers, those miscreants, those beasts that are digging under the city walls. Everyone knows, my dearest prelate, that in your zealous pursuit of order in the city, you have long since forgotten how to tell friend from foe and good from evil. That's what happened with my adepts, whose act of treason was in a genuine attempt to save the city, and yet again I am forced to repeat myself. While we were wasting time on pointless quarrels, people are dying under the rubble in our city, people who we could have saved if they'd only set your soldiers to the task, and not kept them here surrounding a useless and utterly harmless hole in the ground. Harmless? Well, if it's on your say-so, then that must mean there is someone down there, your associates no doubt, and they're just waiting for us to abandon our post before they slink out and try again too. And you, I remember you. You appeared in my city the day the demons attacked and Trendlev died. What are you doing here? Answer me at once, or I'll have you strung up by your ankles before you know it. Don't think that demons have wounded me. I still have enough strength to take on 100 of your sort. And what is this hideous creature? Lan, at your service. My forebears fought in the First Crusade. I've lived in cannabis my whole life. You haven't ever seen me before. Ah, it must be because you don't ever venture into our underground district. We've been meaning to complain to the city authorities that our paving stones have been in need of repair for a long time. The First Crusade. So you're a mongrel. Obviously no human speech. Surprisingly well, in fact. All right, let's be off with you. If he causes any trouble, I shall hold you responsible. Come to think of it, you still haven't told me who you are. I'm a crusader fighting to liberate Cannabis from the demons. A crusader, you say? I'll be looking into that. You obviously don't know to whom you are speaking. I'm the one who decides who's a crusader and who's a traitor in the city. Horun Shapak, prelate of Cannabis, by grace of Her Majesty, Queen Gallifrey, and the city's defender against threats within and without. And as we can see, you've done a sterling job protecting the city. I am Raymond of Edme, prior of the Temple of Desna, which alas currently lies in ruin. Wise Horon here believes it is vital to guard this hole in the ground from which he is certain demons will emerge at any moment. I've been trying to convince him that the city was far more urgent matters to deal with. For instance, rescuing those currently dying under the rubble. You know what? That may, in fact, be one matter is more important than guarding this hole. I'll put it off, and look where it's led me. I should have hung you from the gates back when you dared to defend your gang of delinquent demon collaborators. If the Sarkonians had hanged Aru Varlash while they had the chance, they never would have been a war. I won't repeat their mistake. I won't hesitate any longer. Soldiers, seize the scum. Prelate, see reason. These are frightening times, but threatening to hang anyone without a trial, that is unworthy of a servant of Iomede. Lest you forget, girl, we may serve the same goddess, but you are not an inquisitor. Don't question the way I choose to serve Iomede, and I won't question yours. Behold, Inquisitor, I bear the gift of an angel who died in the caves below Kennevis. I am no enemy of yours. You are telling the truth. The light in your hand was wrought by the power of heaven. I will keep an open mind with regard to you, stranger, and later, under less fractious circumstances, I would like to ask you about how you came to receive this gift. But that can wait. I must deal with this filth once and for all. What precisely are you accusing Raman of, Inquisitor? Treason. Not long before the city was attacked, several followers from his temple tried to secretly access the Wardstone and perform an unknown ritual over it. The Wardstone of Kennevis, the gift from Iomede, the bringer of light, wrought by the hands of her herald, the first in their chain, and followers of the crazy runt of a goddess tried to meddle with it using their magic after hearing a voice in their dreams. My soldier almost had them caught when Raymond got in the way, allowing the traitors to go to ground. I made a mistake. I didn't have him locked in a cell and interrogated to within an inch of his life. And now the city lies in ruins. It's time to rectify that mistake. I told you before, I'll tell you again. My people foresaw the attack on the city. They knew the Wardstone already carried the seed of corruption within itself, and they were simply trying to heal it. I've heard similar claims before. Now what was it? Ah, yes, from Stanton Vane, the traitor who brought down Dresden. The lessons of the past have taught us a great deal, and it's why I never believe of your mob of lives, even for a second, and I was right. Don't lay a finger on him. You'll have to answer to me. Stop. You are defenders of the remains of Kennevis. Can't you think of something better to do than to be at each other's throats in the ruins of the city? You are a fool, Huron. You're a zealot and a murderer, but you're a fool first and foremost. I told you that the Wardstone was weakened. You wouldn't listen. I warned you that the city was going to be attacked. You shooed me away. The truth is that my young adepts were trying to save the Wardstone, and you stopped them. Of course, those truly responsible for this tragedy are the demons, but you have done nothing to prevent it. And now you would rather kill an innocent person and perish yourself than admit that you are wrong, as always. He fled, the heretic. He's no doubt expecting me to rush off in pursuit, but that won't work on me. What about you? If you've truly been marked out for a gift from heaven, this is your chance to save the city. Go and bring back the filthy traitor. I'm almost certain that he and his cronies were helping the demons, either knowingly or unknowingly. Their attempt to bewitch the Wardstone is clear proof. Raymond must be captured. I see you suffered greatly in battle. Nonsense. I had to deal with a brood of Nabus. It was nothing. I've taken on worse enemies with the goddess's help. Why are you obsessed with finding enemies everywhere you look? Why? Why? You must not be from these parts, or you wouldn't be asking such a question. I look for enemies everywhere because our enemies are everywhere. Who are we war at? Demons. Demons and cultists. They are masters of deception. They worm their way into your favor and masquerade in all manner of false guises. Do you think Dresden was taken by force? No, by trickery. Were it not for me, cannabis would have gone the same long ago and captured out from under our noses. Now listen to me when I'm about to tell you. This was a long time ago. I was very young then, and I had joined the crusade. Back then, cannabis didn't have a garrison so much as a public thoroughfare. Anyone who wanted could just stroll into the city. One day at dawn, a group of refugees came up to the city gates, bold as brass. The guards let them in, and why not? For no one had ever turned away. 'Twas no matter. Everyone was welcome in our city, if you came from Mendev or if you hauled yourself from across the sea. The crusade accepted all and sundry, but on this occasion we paid dearly for our laxity. Just as soon as those innocent lambs entered the city, they transformed into demons and rushed towards the wardstone, slaughtering everyone who tried to stop them. 62 people died in less than a minute. The demons used their mutilated corpse to desecrate the obelisk. None of them dared to go near it. The light of the goddess burned them all, so they threw the blood from afar, splattering the wardstone from every direction. And the lead demon, an eyeless beast, Minago is her name, jeered and gloated, saying we mortals are sitting ducks. And the creature was right, too. We let our guard down and we got what we deserved. The bloodbath came to be known as the Red Morning Massacre, and it was burned into the townfolk's memories. Since then, cannabis has adopted different practices. Heretics, cultists, spies, all the rabble who coveted Arlene's glory, we drove them out of our city. We haven't had any trouble here since. Many had come here, even the Balar Croamaza, and they all were sent away back to where they came from, or else they were killed for their troubles. You see, the Skari himself had to crawl out of the abyss and come here. The goddess cursed him in order to break through our defenses. And what did he do? He left again, and we're still fighting. Now, is that what vigilant discipline can do? Raymond really warned you about the attack? Those crazed Dresdens were already bursting into my study with their incoherent prophecies that came to them in their dreams. I won't lie, sometimes what they said did come to pass, but can we really rely on the woolly dreams of heretics under the cold and hard facts of intelligence reports? Plenty of demons could have easily fooled them and whispered a treacherous plan in their dreams, and those lunatics would have been only too happy to listen. This time, I need to take a drink. Excuse me. That's better. This time, Mr. Curls for Brains came to me and declared that the demons were about to attack the city, and that the wardstone's powers diminished by some kind of contamination or taint. Iomede forgive us for even repeating the words. After uttering such blasphemy, he should have been locked up along with his followers interrogated, but instead I simply increased the surveillance on them. And what next? My people caught them red-handed, trying to attack the wardstone with unknown magic. And not 3 days later, the demons attacked the city. That's an obvious connection between these events. Whether deliberately or under dynamic influence, the Dresdens played right in the hands of the Skari's hordes, and they almost left the city completely defenseless. Raman covered for his people the whole time and helped them escape my guards. After that, what else can he be but a traitor and a heretic? There's nothing dangerous in this hole. You have no reason to guard it. You told me yourself that you received a light-bringing gift from an angel who perished in the caves below our feet. It's no secret that those passages are teeming with dangerous creatures that could kill anyone, even a warrior of heaven. Demons and demonic offspring love roaming around underground. That's why we'll be keeping an eye on this hole. If the beasts decide to attack from here, we'll be ready for them. Where can I find Raymond? How should I know? The weasels have gone. He turned invisible. He's probably hunkered down in some hole like the traitorous little rat he is, and he'll be sitting trembling and waiting until he's dragged out of there. With the prelate after you, that seems the only reasonable thing to do. It's what I'd do. I'm sure lots of things sound sensible to you. And it works, too. As you can see, I'm still alive. I have to go. Go on, then, if you have to. It would be good if you could return with the head of that scum. I remember you. When Father and I arrived in the city, you met us. What is this gibberish? As if I have nothing better to do than to arrange meetings with vagrants. But it's true. You and your knights tied us to stakes and started lighting the bonfire. Father died, and then one of your knights changed his mind and pulled me from the flames. But then he died too. Don't you remember? If you were burned, then it was for good reason. You say some traitor helped you escape from the fire. That is a crime in itself, which means that you have been evading justice all these years. If it weren't for the invasion, I would review your case and see that your sentence was finally fulfilled. You're lucky that we have more important matters to deal with right now. He didn't look the way he does now, all wrinkled and gray. He was young, with a big mustache. He probably forgot all about me. It was a long time ago. But I do want to say one thing. I'm not cross with him. The knight is a true hero. He just really, really wanted to protect the city. Only he got mixed up with who was good and who was evil. You forgive him after what he did to you? He thought he was doing the right thing. How do you know? Maybe you've done something thinking it was a good thing, but you're really doing a bad thing that hurts someone. But what if I'd done the same thing? You can't get angry at people for making mistakes when you might be no better than them. Haran, you sent an innocent child to be burned at the stake. Don't you want to ask for forgiveness? Puh, hardly. Anyone can look innocent. How did this girl manage to survive the fire? And what about the crow who's always flying around her? I advise you to take a closer look at this innocent little lamb of yours. If you ask me, she looks highly suspicious indeed. Let's go, Ember. I so want to kill this guy. But yeah, I'm going to kill him. I know I shouldn't, but I am. I'll kill you for this, you swine. What? I'd like to see you try, demon worshipper.
We are the light. They are the darkness. This'll leave a bruise. I'll just sit here. Don't worry about me.
Wow, he is a lot tougher. Okay, so what do we get from him? A +1 cold iron longsword. I have a +1 cold iron longsword with ghost touch. Thought we got adamantium chainmail. There it is. Adamantium is, extremely strong and favored by weapon and armorsmith. So it would be, it is medium armor? Yes, it's medium armor. But it would be DR2. And I think we're going to switch to the adamantium. Same armor class, but now we got DR. So I'm okay with that. I don't think we have. You have Radiance. I'm tempted to let you. If I give you this sword, you're the same plus. The only difference is this sword would be +1 damage. Plus would do a D3 to chaotic creatures. So we'll carry that for now. But we need to do some healing here. Okay.
What's on your mind? I wonder.
Have we rest?
It should work.
Nope.
Is it flawed?
Okay.
Soot is restless. I wonder why.
Oh, I guess that's it. Everyone's healed up.
In due time.
Save the last one for me.
Let's try this way.
I have to do this.
What in the world is that? "50 points of damage that can't be ignored or reduced." It's probably a one-time shot, but hey, there might be a fight where we need 50 points of damage. And we got through that with no one getting injured. Wow, that's truly amazing. Oh, we have this here. It's hard to believe this place recently held a bustling and festive market.
The heartbeat quickens. Go for their hearts.
Wow, and again, no one got injured. Of course, it was a rat swarm. Rat swarms are a little easier to deal with. These people were killed by ordinary weapons.
according to plan. I'll go ahead.
Pretty good, aren't I?
A trivial matter.
Uh-oh, ghouls. Ghouls are undeady.
You can handle them, right? Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
Into the flame!
Oh, speaking of which, there's something I've been forgetting to do. And that is get some of these spells into Wolfden's. Whoops, that's. Spellbook. He already knows that one. He already knows that one. Doesn't know that one. Okay. Gives them a lot more spell selection. Okay. Yeah, if you break the lock, which we discovered
I am helpful, am I not?
destroys potions and such. Eh. Ah, door. Let us quick save. In fact, I think at this point, we will call it an episode. So as always, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And if you disliked the episode, leaving me a dislike's fine. But please leave a comment saying why you disliked the episode. As always, this is Spidey 1958, and have fun gaming.